Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. I have been dying to film my fall decorating video, but it's been in like the hundreds here in Oklahoma, just day after day. It's felt like 120. We have a small break today and tomorrow, and right now it feels like 87 and tomorrow's supposed to be 88, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to film this fall decorate video. I'm so excited. We are jumping back up into like the hundreds and 90s, but I just feel like it's September. I'm ready to enjoy it. So if you guys are ready, you can decorate with me. If you're not yet, you can just watch and get inspired, but we are going to start it here in the Till Vacuum house. So if you're new here, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and let's get started. When I'm working on a space, especially decorating it, I want to pull out all the items that I have, new and old, so you're going to see me do that next. Right now, this is like all the new stuff I've brought in, but I want to know what I'm working with so I see how many items I can put in each space. I don't want to put a ton in the entryway and then not have some left over for the rest of the house. And I feel like every season and every project's a little bit different. So definitely pull everything out so you can see it, spread it out so you know what you're working with. I'm actually going to be adding some color into my house for fall. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited and super nervous all at the same time. Sometimes when I put color up, it doesn't make it long and it comes right back down, but I'm hoping since this is just a very earthy tone, I'm gonna love it. So the blanket I'm not sure about yet, and this piece, it's a little bit different. I ordered these off Amazon, but I can paint them to match. So basically what started this is I have some high-end pieces. So I went into Pottery Barn and found these pieces and fell in love with them, but I didn't get a ton because they're so pricey. I can link these for you, but we're gonna be talking about several different budgets today when we're decorating for fall. So the next level are like these back here, and I found almost the same design, which I could rough them up a little bit if we wanted to. And these were 30, which are still kind of pricey. Or you can do Amazon, which I feel like this is a different color, so I'm still gonna have to DIY it unless you like the color. But I bought all these to test out some different DIYs. Now, if you like this color, leave it. But if you're wanting this look for less, I got two different DIYs I'm gonna be testing out for you to see if we can get kind of this vibe that's going on. And then I also grabbed some florals because I feel like I don't love a ton of greenery out, especially mine that looks super springy. I like to switch it out. And then I grabbed this bag. It's kind of like that driftwood pieces. I thought it would look good for fall time. So I've got all of this. This is like all my new stuff, but I'm gonna have Chase bring down my just previous decorations from last fall and see what we have in there. I like to pull everything down so I know what I'm working with. So I'm gonna get that tub, get it down here. Then when I'm decorating, I know exactly what I have, and I like it all being in one spot. It could be on the floor, it could be on the coffee table, the dining room. It just kind of happened to be here this year, and then I can start pulling from it as I decorate like all the spaces around me. Here is the tub from the attic. So I don't have a ton in here. I have a lot of smaller ones and this soft one. So if I need to paint any of these, I'll do it later, but I kind of want to get decorating before I start touching those. This is a DIY I did in last year's fall video if you want to go back and watch it, but basically it's a styrofoam pumpkin and then you cut a hole in it and just put the florals in it. So I could choose to do any of these. So I'm sure I'll do that later if you want to see. But we're gonna do the painting first so it has time to dry so I can decorate with it before this video ends. I've done some research and there's actually two different ways to get like the textured look on the pumpkins if that's something you're going for. It doesn't have to be pumpkins, like say it's bases or just something like that. Here's the paint color I used, and it's because I found it on Pinterest and they said it was the best like look-alike paint for the Pottery Barn, and I'll pop up a picture right here of like, they did like jack-o'-lanterns. I'm not real big into holiday, like Halloween decor. I'm more into fall, so I'm just gonna do normal pumpkins, but that is the color. So you can either take like 2 spoonfuls of baking soda and put it in here to get the texture, or if you can find this, this is a spray paint with textured on it. Can you kind of see the like this lid? I could not find it anywhere, and I came across it at Hobby Lobby for $12.99. So you might check your like Home Depot or Lowe's, something like that. But if you can't find it, like I said, I found mine at Hobby Lobby, and then you can just spray that texture on. I'm gonna do both because I wanna see if I like one of the textures better. I wanna see how it turns out at the end. And then at the end, you put on, once it dries, this like loose chalk, and that's what kind of like whitens it and ages it some. So I've been dying to test this out, so let's go ahead and get started. This stuff is amazing. Like, I love the texture on there, and it was so easy to do. So I'm gonna let this dry and then we'll paint it, but I am super impressed with this. I decided not to put the textured spray on this one because I really like the concrete look. So I think I'll want it to like break up some of these pieces, and if not, I can paint it later. So this one, I'm gonna do the other method where I add baking soda to this and you just paint it on. So you miss the whole step of having to spray and let it dry. You get to go straight to it, but I feel like the texture may be a little bit different. So I'm gonna pour some of this out so I have paint to paint the other pumpkin, and then I'm gonna mix in baking soda to paint this one so we can kind of compare the two. Just a little tip, even if you're not gonna be doing 2 different types of DIYs, you're definitely gonna wanna pull some of that paint out if you're gonna be adding in baking soda. Otherwise, it's gonna overflow, so definitely dump it out into a bowl. You can even mix it there if you don't wanna mess up like what it actually comes in, but definitely dump some of that out. Otherwise, it's gonna overflow as you try to mix in the baking soda. So far, first impressions, I love the paint color. Like, I think once we add in this like loose chalk, once it dries, which I'll link for you, I think it's going to match those or be that same concept. I don't know about the texture yet. Like, I think I'm gonna have to add a lot more. Something I read was just like 2 like spoonfuls for like your sample size. It did nothing. So the next one, I'm gonna add a whole lot more in for the next layer. But so far, you can't even tell. Like, I really don't think there's a texture on it other than the strokes from the paintbrush. So keep in mind, you're gonna have to add a lot more than what they say. So far I am liking this. Now, it is more of a uniform spray, where this, once I get this right, it may be more organic. So we'll keep messing with this, and like I said, once they dry, then we'll be able to do this layer and really compare it. But while these are drying, I probably will start decorating the rest of the house because I'm so ready to get my fall up. Now, I have changed up this space just a tad since I filmed this video, so if you want to see the changes I made, definitely head on over to Instagram and I'll show you an updated photo of how this space looks. A really easy fall decor idea is just to put tons of mini pumpkins into anything, like bowls, platters, cake stands, whatever. You're gonna see me do this again later, like towards the end of the video, but it really does just make for a fun, like seasonal thing, but you didn't have to spend a lot of money because you can use pieces you already have, and you can get really cheap pumpkins just to throw in, and it looks high end. I am a little overwhelmed just trying to process all this color and space it out. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, do I leave these black pieces up or do I flip them out for the terracotta? Like, I don't want to get too much like orange and black in here where it seems Halloweenish. So I'm trying to decide if I take those out, I'll probably just have to mess with it. I also want to get my centerpieces done, like my coffee table and my dining room table, because those are the hardest part for me. And I feel like they're going to call for one of these bigger pieces. But I'm trying to decide if like this color is going to look okay, like with the color wood already. So I'm gonna pull that off and try to do something really good over here. I feel like it has to be grand. We still have more decorating to do in this space. I'm just not there yet. So I feel like my centerpiece really has to like grab your attention.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you.
It was definitely bittersweet decorating for fall this year. I love decorating for the holidays, but I feel like we just got in and we just got settled, and I love how I decorated the house. So I definitely kept pictures of everything. I'm curious to see if everything will go back exactly how I had it, or I will want to change it when I go back and just put up normal decor like after all the holidays. But I will say it was definitely bittersweet because I absolutely love fall decor, but I was so happy with the way we had decorated the house. So like I said, it was definitely bittersweet. Coffee tables are so hard for me to decorate. I don't know what it is. I'm getting to the point I just want to put nothing on it. Like when I go into like restoration hardware, they either have one massive piece on it or I feel like it's just empty, and I love the vibe of that store. Like it's just very bold pieces but very few pieces, and I feel like that's my style. Like it's just very calming to me. So I'm trying to balance that out with like fall decor, which I feel like is very cozy, and there's a lot of items, like there's a lot of little pumpkins and stuff like that. So I haven't decided which style I like best and which way it's gonna stay. You're gonna see me change things a lot as I'm decorating, and I feel like sometimes like influencers or content creators may be guilty of just like putting something up and making it look like that was our first attempt. But in this video, I was really trying to show you that it takes several tries. Like when we're decorating our house, it's a lot of trial and error. So when you're decorating your home, don't feel like you have to get it right the first time. Put something up. If you don't like it, take it down. You may even like it in that spot, but it looks better somewhere else. So it does take some tweaking. This is such an easy DIY to do. So like I said, all you have to do is get one of those styrofoam pumpkins, which may be a little pricey if you buy it from like Hobby Lobby. Just make sure you get it half off, but then you can continue to reuse it every single year. You can use it inside, you can use it outside, you can change up like whatever floral arrangement you want in it, but I always just think it's so fun. Like last year I think I had more like greenery in here, but I'm really loving this look, so now it's just finding a place to put it.
We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down, down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all. It's like we're not going anywhere. Maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't.
Another little tip I like to do when I'm decorating, especially with like pumpkins, is take these like pumpkins that are like fabric or something and they're really not like breakable, and you can put them on candle stands and they always look so cute, and then if it gets knocked over it's not going to break. But I always love putting these throughout the house, just in different places. I just went and grabbed the other pumpkin because it was dry. I seriously love this texture. We got to work on this one, but I'm letting that first coat dry. I really think this one's only going to take one coat because the texture's on there, which I guess technically it's two, but just spraying that on was so easy. So I'm going to put the paint on and see what we think.
No, no, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow. So where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same?
I did want to let you know, once I get everything settled and where I think it's going to stay, because even off camera, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, I don't like that there. If you stay until the end of the video, I actually come back in with another clip showing you just like a change or two, but I'm sure I'm still going to tweak a few things. So I will be putting out like a fall home tour video so you can see if I add anything, what sticks, what doesn't. I'm curious in that video, will colors still be in my house? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I do stuff like this and then I wake up and I like yank it all down. So definitely be on the lookout for that video if you want to see what stays and what doesn't and what comes in, just all the fun changes.
I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow. Yeah. Where do we go when everything feels like it just
I really feel like I still need black on this. As much as I love the like light and bright and airy, there's a part of me that loves it, but then there's another part of me that has like black and black and black, and I want it to feel like we have enough over here. And it looks like it right now because like the TV's off, but when that TV's on, I feel like this wall's gonna just be, I don't know, like I said, there's a part of me that loves it, but there's another part of me that's like, it just needs a few black touches. So I'm gonna see what I can pull in that I already have, like maybe just normal decor, and see what I can do. I'm gonna look in this cabinet and see what I have. Also, if you've made it already halfway through this video, thank you so much for being here. I wanted to go ahead and give you a sneak peek for staying here of the next video that's coming up. It's gonna be like a whole house declutter and organize. It felt so good to get it done. So definitely make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell checked, so when I post that video, you don't miss it. It's definitely getting better. It's not there, but I do love like the pops of black. I think this black's a little too big or thick, so I've got to find something else. But I'm so glad I had those. They were in my laundry room and I grabbed them. And it's like the perfect mix because there's black, so you see it, but it's those thin little strips. So I'm loving that. Still don't have my coffee table figured out. I knew these would always be the hardest thing I ever have to decorate, and so I have it down for like non-holidays, but it's always going to take me a little while to figure them out with holidays because I don't like a ton of stuff, but I don't want them to look empty. They have to be very balanced. And so I'm struggling with that, and then also adding color, and this is the first time decorating for fall in this house. It's just like a lot. So I'm really liking this flower arrangement here, so I'm gonna leave that. I just feel like you walk in and it's like boom. I want to work on the inside of that like platter bowl thing. I've got to find a spot for these. The paint's drying. I do want to go ahead and like throw out this throw. I think it'll add a lot right here and kind of work on this area some.
Oh, I'm slipping away, so don't let me go. Nah, 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 nah. I'm all up in that love haze, so where do we go now? Nah? Just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay. I'm slipping away.
Anytime I start getting overwhelmed, I try to pull anything extra out of the space so I can see what it's actually looking like. So I pulled out all that extra stuff that was like sitting in the chairs and stuff, and it does make me feel better. There's a part of me that wants to just leave that blank. I don't know if that's an option, but I feel like there's so much going on here. It's just like, keep it simple. And then here is all the stuff I still have to work with if needed. And then, like I said, these are still drying. So I'll have like places that those can still go, but I think now I'm gonna go back and try to tackle like arranging stuff within this bowl.
So don't let me go now. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Oh baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love. Yeah. I'm slipping away. Yeah. Just like I am dreaming, walking around in this love haze. I wanna stay in this feeling, but let me know that I am safe here in your arms.
This is actually another space that I've kind of tweaked and changed up as well already. So like I mentioned before, head on over to Instagram and I'll try to share all of this in my stories today while you're watching this, so you can just see some of the tweaks.
It fills me up. It's out of control, but baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control. Your love is exceptional.
So I'm having a hard time finding anything deep enough for in here that you can see it from when you walk in. And I already had 2 of these going. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the 3rd one, and I think it will look cool if I can make them all match and put it in there. So I'm gonna let these finish drying. I'm gonna get this one painted, and then the last step is putting this on it, which we'll do here in a little bit.
But baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love, deep in love with you, baby, yeah. 'Cause your love is exceptional.
Definitely stay until the very end of today's video if you want to hear my full review on what I thought about the DIY projects. Basically the painting of the pumpkins, which one I liked best, which one I didn't, if I thought it would be better for something else. I think you'll be surprised by my answer, so like I said, definitely stay until the end.
It fills me up. It's out of control. But baby, I love the rush. It
3 pumpkins are painted. I did something different on every single one of them. So this was the one I just added a little bit of baking soda. I can't even tell the difference. I mean, maybe if I painted it with the normal thing, I could tell, but to me, it's super smooth. So take that with what you will. This is where I actually used the texture spray, and you can see it. Like, I don't even have to move the camera around. Like, you can see how speckled it is. So between these, I mean, this is still a beautiful finish, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not textured like I was expecting it to be. I thought this would have like not as many of these little bumps and grooves in it, but I thought it would have a few throughout. Now this one still is drying, and I added a ton more baking soda on it, and it's gonna dry just like this one. Like, that baking soda is making it thick, kind of like a chalk paint, but it's not really adding a texture to it like I thought I would. So if you love this finish, which I do the baking soda, but if you're thinking you're gonna get like a texture out of it, you're definitely gonna need something like this, because it made it way easier to get the texture. Now, if you don't like this much, you didn't have to spray as much. If you want more, you just spray more. So it's one of those. This one's pretty much almost dry. I think it is dry, yeah. So we're gonna start this process, which is just loose chalk is all it was. I ordered it off Amazon, and they say just to apply it with a paper towel until you get the desired look. So let's see how this is gonna work out after all this painting.
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me.
Don't judge me as we get up close. I haven't taken off the price tags yet, but I promise you I will. But I wanted to show you a comparison between all these colors. So this is the Pottery Barn, which this is more of an aged, and if you really wanted to get that, I think you could. Basically, I think they sell jack-o'-lanterns that look more like this. They just have a face on them. These were just the pieces that I bought. But if you liked this design, we literally got that approach. On camera, I'm seeing 2 different colors here, but in real life, there's not this big of a difference. Like, this looks way more tan, and it is a little more tan, but not as extreme as it is on camera. So I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it is very, very close. And like I said, this one was 30, which you could, this one was smaller. One of these was, 2 of these were $7.99, one was $6.99. If they're bigger, they cost more, but if you already have some, or if you're at Goodwill, the point is you can create this look so you don't have to spend the Pottery Barn prices. So this is what it looks like just painted. I will say this is the textured one. I'll do it next, but I wanted to show you how much it lightens it, and you can control how much you put on it. So if you wanted more of this color, you would just put less of the chalk on it, or more if you want more. I was not expecting it to come in this little bag. Like, I thought it would just be like tons of loose chalk in there, but it did work. I don't think it's coming across on camera how nice it actually looks. I do need to add just a little bit more chalk right there, but like, say I turn it and fix it, you really do get that high-end look for not a lot of time. You can tell I clearly need to go back over it. So I'll finish those up, but I was super impressed, so I just wanted to stop for a moment, pause, and kind of show you how it's coming together.
It is, and open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can.
I still have one more to finish up, but I think that's gonna look perfect in here. I love that it's all the same color, and look how well it matches. Like, this is my Pottery Barn piece, and those are like my TJ Maxx pieces painted, and they all match it perfectly. So I can't wait to get that 3rd one in here. I think it's gonna be perfect.
Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless.
is another container I use to put, once again, small pumpkins in. I pick up these bags of pumpkins from like Ross and Home Goods and TJ Maxx, places like that, and you can normally get a really good deal on them. I didn't end up using them in this container. I switched it out later and moved them into the laundry room, and I love the container it's in now. But I put it in these two just so you can see options. You can put it in a bowl, you can put it in a jar, just whatever works best and you have on hand. So I'm feeling like I need a pumpkin down here, maybe right here. I have pumpkins that I save for like outdoor, but I think I'm gonna go grab like a white one and try it there and just see what we think. I think that's perfect there. I might need it for outside, so I might have to buy another one. I feel like I'm missing a whole fall tub. I could be crazy, but I feel like with every move, we at least lose one box or one tub. And I feel like I don't have all my pumpkins, but maybe I'll eventually find them. But for right now, this is good, and I can always pick one up if I need it for the front porch, which will be a separate video, so be on the lookout for that. I didn't end up touching up these vases or whatever you want to call them. They're a little bit darker, but I feel like they work in my kitchen. They still flow with the other pieces. If they were sitting right next to them, I feel like I would need to work on them, but since they're not, they're okay. No promises. I may touch them up later, but right now they're not bothering me. And then I finally found the perfect setup for this bowl, and it was just these 3 perfect sized pumpkins in them. All the little ones were just too much, and then you couldn't see like in it because they were like so low. So I feel like this worked out so well, and the pumpkins looked like they were made for it. But now I'm gonna go ahead and share with you clips throughout the whole house so you can see all the spaces we worked on and what they're looking like right now. Shocking, I know, but I already rearranged. It just looks better having the height over there and this one here. So I wanted to come back on now seeing like the textured versus like this is just with the baking soda, and I really do like this better. Like texture may be good on something else, but seeing it with the actual like chalk on it, these look way nicer than this. So I'm actually gonna flip these around where this isn't sticking out as big, but I just wanted to point that out. So if you guys do this project, I would do it without the texture, because I just feel like these look like higher end and just like nicer quality. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. I know it was a long one, so I appreciate you watching the entire thing. It means so much to me. If you're new here and you enjoyed the video, definitely hit that like button, share it with someone, and make sure you're subscribed. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.